We have to lead by example, right?
How's it going, guys? Amagansett Press. We are coming to you today from Castle Rock, Colorado, and literally just out here living our lives, driving down the road, and came across this traffic stop here. So we're just gonna stop and take a look and see what's happening and check it out. So stand by. I'm gonna go down to the crosswalk so I don't get a jaywalking ticket. Got Castle Rock police vehicle number 100.
How we doing, guys? Hey, can I... Yeah, let me give you information. Okay, so it would be $80 as it is $40, 0 points, no seatbelt. If you want to test this, go to court, 16. Otherwise, just mail in for 4 days. Okay. All right. There you go. All right. Put your seatbelt on, please. Okay. Sure, appreciate it. All right. Make sure you signal. Okay. I will. Thank you. Okay. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Did he pull you over for just a seatbelt?
No, it was also a failure to signal.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, just checking.
So I'm all good. He was a good cop.
Okay, very good. Just so you know what we're doing out here, we just keep an eye on the cops to keep them accountable.
Fair.
Make sure they're not...
I mean, I don't know if I failed to signal or not, to be honest, but I'm not from here. I literally was just running an errand, so
Gotcha.
I'm like, well, I had just left the other side of the building.
Oh, it's the same vehicle from before, yeah.
School resource officer.
Vehicle number 100 with the Castle Rock Police Department. Just pulled over this Escalade. This guy's writing them right and left. Officer, just want to thank you for using discretion. It appears that you gave him a warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. We appreciate you using your discretion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
What's your name?
Can I ask what your name and badge number is?
Kerry Lewis. Badge number 0702.
Kerry Lewis.
Yeah.
Very good. My name is
Jerry
Jason.
Lewis. Jason?
Yep, like Jerry Lewis. I thought that's what you said at first.
What, Ben?
Ben?
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you, Ben.
But no, we appreciate you using some discretion.
Absolutely.
That's what we like to say.
Well, our big thing right now, just so you know, we're doing click it or ticket. So we want people to wear seatbelts.
Okay.
Right? It was his deal was not wearing a seatbelt. I didn't stop him for not wearing a seatbelt. He didn't see the pedestrian in the crosswalk.
That's what I figured it was. Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah.
And then the seatbelt thing. So being that you're doing a click it or ticket thing, does that make that a primary offense that you can pull people over for?
No. So what we do is we stop people for. We have to see the seatbelt violation first, right? If we're going to enforce that, or we stop them for something else and see they're not wearing a seatbelt. Okay. I myself personally, I try to look for the seatbelt thing first and then see another violation. But if I'm going to pull them over a seatbelt, they're never going to get a ticket really for the other violation. I give them a ticket for just a seatbelt.
I got you.
So it's 0 points, $40. Big thing is 416 fatalities in the state, 56% of them were because the person weren't wearing a seatbelt.
Yeah, I always wear my seatbelt.
Yeah, I know. We're not required to by law, but by policy we do.
Okay.
And just, you know, if a police officer in the state gets into a crash and they're not wearing a seatbelt, their workman's comp can be cut in half.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
For not wearing a seatbelt, because it could show that his injuries would be lessened by wearing a seatbelt.
Gotcha. And do you wear yours even just tooling around town here? Cool.
Absolutely.
Good.
Man.
Well, yeah. I mean, you want to live if something happens, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, and to me too, we have to lead by example, right?
We have to lead by example, right? We have to lead by example, right?
You just said a mouthful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And just so you know, see, I'm a school resource officer.
I noticed that.
So yeah, I'm a school cop. I have 1,100 kids in my middle school.
Okay.
School's out for the summer. So anyway,
so
I'm just out here doing a little
since you're
traffic.
being so friendly and cordial, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The last girl that you pulled over, I guess she failure to yield in a seatbelt?
No, she didn't signal for a turn.
She didn't signal for a turn.
She did not.
Oh, that's
signal
what
for
she
a
said.
turn.
Yeah, right.
Here's my card.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
All right.
But you wrote her a ticket for both.
No.
You didn't?
No. I only wrote a ticket for seatbelt.
Only for the seatbelt, okay.
I warned her for the signal.
Very cool,
right?
okay.
So it's kind of how you sell the ticket. You're in a position where you're going to get a 2-point or 4-point or 3-point ticket, right? And you'd rather get a 0-point $40 ticket.
Right. Kind of makes it a no-brainer.
So it's kind of dual purpose. That's how we kind of sell the ticket.
Now, when you're not doing the click it or ticket thing, would you have still written the ticket? Or would you have maybe given her a break?
Probably not.
Yeah, so you're...
Unless I'm looking for a drunk driver, right? I myself personally, it's officer discretion, right?
Right.
Okay? And to me, I give so many warnings as opposed to writing tickets. Now, I'm required to write tickets for seatbelt enforcement, but you know what I mean?
Just during this period or all the time?
Yeah, well, we're in this period of click it or ticket. You see all the signs, the CDOT signs.
So you have less discretion when you're in that situation by policy.
They really want you to write tickets for seatbelt violations.
And do you guys, how do you make the community aware that they're in a click it or ticket period?
Well, we post on social media, the CDOT signs, everything else like that.
Gotcha, very cool.
So,
you know what, and I'll tell you what, I really wish there was more officers like you that were approachable, cordial, professional.
You know, I've been doing this 28 years, and to me, everything's about people, right?
It sure is.
In our community, all right? And especially in this time, we just need to unite. Right?
Yes, sir.
We need to unite this country, we need to unite our communities, you know. And unfortunately, there have been a few officers who have made bad decisions, right? Put themselves in bad situations.
Sure.
You know. And I can't answer for those people. I can answer for myself and how we do things here in Castle Rock.
Right. No, and I appreciate that. So do you feel like the rest of the department, I mean, I'm asking you a question, you're probably going to answer one way, but do you feel the rest of your officers are in line with your thinking?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We are very big on what's called one-by-one policing. So we really try to approach people on a very personal level.
Okay.
So that's the real big thing for us.
And you personally, have you ever in your 28-year career, have you ever arrested another police officer?
I have not.
No.
Okay. I had to go to a domestic violence call where actually he was the victim. He was actually a fellow officer.
Okay.
All right. But I have somehow avoided those situations. If it were to happen, it happens. You know. Say we had a situation where an officer in Castle Rock was driving drunk, right?
Okay.
We might in that situation call State Patrol or Douglas County, right?
To impartiality.
Yeah, because we want that impartiality. And we're held to a higher standard of conduct when it comes to how we operate.
Okay.
All right. So we need to be, following the laws, making sure we're part of the solution, not part
gaining the public's trust.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, and you remember, I'm sure you remember, a year and a half ago, whatever it was, the officer in Aurora passed out drunk in front of Buckley Air Force Base.
Despicable.
No charges, nothing.
Wrong.
Just completely got away with it.
Wrong.
So if you pulled up on that officer, would you have taken legal action against him?
I would have called State Patrol.
Now what happens if the chief says, don't call State Patrol, we're leaving this one alone and we're going to let him skate through?
No. Well, our chief would do that.
Your chief, but what if you're put in that position? Because I'm not asking that to put you on the spot, but because I always like to believe that most people that become law enforcement officers, when they join the force, they have a heart of gold. Yeah. Their intention is to help their communities out, be a good brother and sister, to everybody in the community.
Yeah.
But then you join the force, you get on, and maybe a higher up, a lieutenant, a captain, a sergeant, chief, somebody will ask you to do something you're really not comfortable with, ask you not to do something, so then you're put in between that proverbial rock and a hard place.
Well, hopefully that you have a good chief who you can bring those concerns to.
Okay.
Or that type of thing like that, All I know is how we are here. We have such a high approval rating, and because we're really big on community policing.
Okay.
One-by-one policing.
No, that's good. So you feel like your chief, if that had happened here, your chief would have handled it completely differently?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Well, good.
I'm 21 to cook for. She'll be back in.
No, that's good to know, and I really appreciate it. You know what? And this interaction, you know, a lot of people think that it's foolish to be out filming the police, but it can be foolish to do anything. If you're out doing something constructively and positively.
Hey, well, you know what? Here's the thing: is if you guys aren't putting yourself in jeopardy or us in jeopardy, we have cameras too. I mean,
right.
Our cameras are.
Well, our whole point, the reason that we do this is my son, just so you know, and the reason that we do this.
You guys don't look alike.
He's a lot better looking than I am. That's what it is.
He's a bit taller, but yes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was going to do the DNA test, but I don't want to get bad news. So, but no, I got a great kid.
We're never going to take the human aspect out of policing or interactions, but we always have to be able to empathize, show compassion, you know, where justice has to be. It has to
sure.
be, right? And I have to be a master of that as a school resource officer.
Oh, I'm sure. That's even harder than this.
Yeah, because we really have to think twice about putting a kid in any kind of situation where they're in the system, right?
Sure.
Okay? We have a really good teen court, which helps us utilize the court system, but gives them this whole diversion thing.
So they don't ruin the rest of their lives.
And not only that, but our teen court system is so good that we actually, hey guys, how we doing? So that we actually, a lot of the kids who sit on our teen court used to be defendants. So they believe so much in the system that they go through the training, they volunteer their time, and they feel like they're involved in government now.
Well, right? I'll tell you what, it's amazing what a community can do when they pull together, but I think you hit on the key to it, is the higher ups have to be in line with doing the right thing.
And that's why our chief is top notch when it comes.
And what rank are you, officer?
I'm just a senior officer. Yeah.
Senior officer.
Senior officer. I've been here 14 years.
So you just weren't interested in...
No, you know, to me, I do better good as a foot soldier.
Okay, good.
Right? As a guy who's on the ground, helping my kids get through the time. I chose middle school too. They wanted to get me to high school. But I'm like, no. Those guys have all the answers. Those middle schoolers, they're in that transitional time. And I don't know about you guys, middle school sucked for me. It was really hard on me.
I don't remember that far back.
For me, it was really, really hard. And so I'm trying to be that support and that missing piece to help get them through that time.
Well, that's great. And I really appreciate you doing that. And I can tell you're coming across as very genuine from your smile, and I appreciate that.
Well, you know what? I care about people, and that's why I do this job. People go, 28 years, what point do you quit? I'm like, yeah, give me 40.
Yeah, why quit? So, yeah, you look like you love what you do.
Oh, I do.
Probably more now than even when you started.
I do.
Yeah, good for you.
That's why, too, it's more vital now that we become so aware of our interactions with others. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's critical these days. Well, I can't thank you enough, sir.
Thank you, too.
I appreciate you really being professional and having the talk. And I think that you have no idea how much conversations, well, you might have an idea, and maybe that's why you had it, but these conversations just seem like little 5-minute conversations help tremendously. Yeah. Whether it's between a father and a son, a police officer and a civilian, whatever it is. But
absolutely. The other thing too is if we're not doing anything wrong, what do we have to worry about? Anybody.
That's it. Yeah.
Police or anybody else.
That's it. Well, keep that up. Keep the smile on your face, and
thanks,
keep up the good work. We appreciate you. Thank you. Right back at you. All right, guys. Well, we found a unicorn here, I think. You know, there are a lot of good police officers in this country. Let me start off by saying that. And we support good policing. You know, ideally in a perfect world, would there be police? No, of course not. But society's been that way for so long, and society has slowly turned into what it is today. You can't just rip the police departments out from all municipalities in the country, and that wouldn't work at this point. Not that way. You know, maybe one day, maybe we might be able to get to that point where policing's not necessary. But we do support good policing. We support this type of police officer, and I'm going to take him as a genuine human being and believe what he said, and have some faith that there is some good policing going on out there. And I hope that this video is seen by more law enforcement, and I'm talking to you guys out there who are the good cops that we're talking about, and guys that operate like this guy. Your worst enemy and your worst nightmare in this world is a bad cop. So police your own, police yourselves, keep an eye on what's going on, and don't let some rogue cop ruin your entire department's reputation. It's going on every day here. Snuff that stuff out, man. Whether it's take them into the locker room, have a conversation, have a meeting with the chief, you know, whatever needs to be done, but nip that stuff in the bud, man, because it's not doing anybody any good. Put the egos down, put them away, and treat the citizens with respect. You'll get respect back, and maybe together we can all get to the place we want to be in. I know I'm sounding a little optimistic, but that's the way I roll. So there's always a hope. There's always a chance. But that's it. So always like to remind you guys, if you enjoy what we do and you like these videos and you want to support our channels, easiest way for you to do that, hands down, is to like, share, comment, subscribe. All that stuff gets our videos out to more and more people, so more people can watch them, enjoy them, and hopefully learn a little something. I know I'm out here getting an education every day, talking the talk, walking the walk, and wouldn't trade it for the world, getting to spend time with my son, watching The Watchmen. I invite you to check out his channel as well. He puts a lot of work into his videos. His channel's really doing great, and check him out. I'll leave a link in the description. But that's it. That's gonna wrap it up for this one. So we're gonna hop back in the truck, head down the road, and see what else is going on here. So coming to you from Castle Rock, Colorado, watching The Watchmen, Amagansett Press. We'll catch you on the next one, guys. Out.